Let's talk some electricity-related news now. And the Electricity Company of Ghana says it has restored power to Odumase Krobo in the eastern region. The announcement was contained in a statement issued by the ECG. It follows a visit to the community by the Inspector General of Police over the weekend. His visit comes after tensions there resulting from disagreements between the indigenes and the Electricity Company of Ghana, that is the ECG. The utility company closed its Krobo district office following threats from some youth groups after a recent demonstration. Residents of Somanya, Odumase Kpong and its environs have been without power for almost a week. Now, during the IGP's visit to the area on Saturday to assess the security situation there, the residents urged him to intervene in the matter.
Honorable IGP, I wish you use your high office to persuade ECG to switch on the lights for now as to resolve the issues. Because in the night, the dark alone is a security threat. Yes, the way people are stealing people's items, the things, is a security threat. Somebody can be in the dark and misbehave. Excuse my language. So please, I want you to use your high office and other leaders to persuade ECG to switch on the light for now as to resolve the issues. Thank you very much.
You are saying that
because of this outage, in fact, things are not being well. Both security aspect, maybe economic aspect, because you realize that shops are collapsing. People who deal in this kind of frozen foods are collapsing, and everybody is crying. In fact, please, like we beg you, whatever you have to do, just with ECG, and this light will be resolved back to us. Whilst we look into the matter, we'll be very happy. Thank you, sir.
yes,
Both don't say that we don't pay like but our bill is too much money. So we are pleading if they will claim to solve that issue. For instance, to me, I was paying 100 cedis, current bill. All of a sudden, 1,000 plus.
They have more
10,000. So we don't know where that kind of problem came from. So that's the whole issue.
Well, Dr. George Kofo Dampari, the IGP, said more police officers would be deployed to the area to avert further violence.
Future is in your hands. Don't think about the challenges you are facing today. They will be resolved.
Thank you.
But whilst we wait But Wise is my brother. But whilst we wait to resolve that, we can assure you one thing. We will protect you. Because that is our job. But for the protection of you to be complete, we want you to help us. Tell your brother, tell your sister, there is nothing good in being bad.
And that was the IGP there. Well, joining us now over the phone lines on this conversation is the Tema ECG PRO Sechiwa Mensah. Good morning, madam, and many thanks for your time here on Joy News Desk. When exactly was power restored?
Late afternoon yesterday, but not all the areas have power because some of them have faulty transformers. So we are still working on replacing those transformers. So a majority of the customers in the enclave have had power since late afternoon yesterday. Those without power currently are those with issues concerning the transformer, which we are still working on with the support of the security agency.
How far would you say negotiations have gone? What is the current state of negotiations?
Negotiations concerning what specifically, please?
So I know, for example, there have been interactions with the people on the back of violent acts, part of which resulted in the ECG taking that action. So how far in terms of deliberations with the people, in terms of maintaining peace? That's what I mean.
Well, we've had some engagements with some people from the communities. We have always stated that we are open to further engagements. We are hoping that this issue will be resolved. And we also entreat all customers that if you have any issue with a bill, please present it to any of our offices rather than taking an entrenched position of deciding not to pay bills and actually asking us to cancel the debt. I mean, that is not feasible. So if there are any issues to be resolved, please come by our offices so we can all work through it. But to take an entrenched position and to base it on a certain memorandum of understanding, which we still do not have a copy of, that would not be fair. Besides, it's business. We are trading. If we are giving something to you which you have used and gotten whatever benefit from, it's your responsibility to pay up for it. So we've always stated that we are open for whatever level of engagement, and we are still open to engagements to ensure that this issue will be resolved.
All right. You took the wind out of my sail when you started talking about the bills and all of that, which is another thorny issue. But apart from the aspect of calling people to come to your offices to present their bills so that it can be worked out, what are you doing to prevent these bills getting to the people moving forward? Some were saying they were getting 100 CDs, now they're getting bills in the thousands. What is ECG doing about that?
I would have to. We haven't spoken on Joy since these issues happened. So if there's a bit of time and if you would permit me, I would have to give a bit of a historical background.
Just try to make it a bit brief still. Thank you.
Pardon me?
Just try to make it a little brief.
It would depend because your question is kind of deep. Okay, so we've had these issues and the period for which the bills have been problematic, so to say, is between 2014 and 2017. So the company decided that we'll ring-fence the 2014 to 2017. We'll set it aside for further investigation. Mind you, ECG has investigated and cleaned the data. PLC has done same. But then some of the customers still insist that all these works have not gone on. And this problem was as a result of billing software we're using, a technological issue. And this happened across everywhere ECG works. It was not just the Krobo area. But then they claimed that they had a certain memorandum of understanding with the government, the Nkrumah government, which prevents them from paying electricity after 50 years of the construction of the Akosombo Dam. We have asked for a copy of this memorandum of understanding, but we have not gotten it for the past 4 or 5 years. We have still not gotten it. So we ring-fenced that problematic period. Now, from 2018 till now, there hasn't been any issue whatsoever with the billing. Everything has been correct. Everything has been correct. Even if something is wrong, we ask that please come by our office. Let us know. We have your data in our system. We can print your consumption chart for you. We can all sort of go through the consumption to be sure of what the right figure is. And we do data cleaning every now and then. There are times in other districts, other offices, customers come in with bills which we go through. Some are below, some are above what they're supposed to pay. We go through all the time. So if there are such challenges, we ask that customers should please come so that we would sort of solve it. But to take an entrenched position and to demand that we should cancel the debt from 2014 to as of now, this very 2021, December or November 2021, that would definitely not be fair to ECG.
Right.
And that cannot happen. We do not have the mandate to cancel such debt. And even that, on what justification, on what moral right do we stand on to say that, oh, they couldn't pay their debt for all this while it's accumulated, so we are canceling it. That it just cannot be. So for calling for cancellation, that cannot be. However, we are open to negotiations, even if it will take 4 or 5 years to clear a certain to clear a debt by a certain customer. We are saying that we are willing to go the long haul. So we've actually made a concession. Usually, if you owe ECG between 60 50 to 60 thereabouts, you're supposed to pay up that lump sum, then we spread the rest for 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
But in this case, we are making away with that concession. I mean, with that policy. We are making away with that policy. So if a customer can pay from, let's say, 50 cedis a month or 100 cedis a month to reduce that bill, if it will take 5 years, 4 years, we are willing to go the long haul. But still, they were asking for cancellation. And it just can't happen.
It can't happen. Well, Sechiwa Mensah, thank you so much for joining us with the details of that, for giving us the historical antecedents as well. Sechiwa Mensah is actually Tema ECG PRO, and she joined us there with the situation.